Hello, thank you for joining me again. This Parsha, this week, we're going to focus on Parsha Behar, which focuses on complete trust in Hashem. The ideas are taken from Torah for Your Table, written by Rabbi Yisrael Youngreis and Rabbi Osher Anshel Youngreis. The Parsha focuses on total trust in God. The Parsha begins with the commandment of Shemitah, which means the sabbatical year. Every seventh year in Israel, the land is uncultivated. Interestingly, the Torah introduced this commandment by stating that God commanded this mitzvah on Mount Sinai. But we know that every mitzvah was given at Mount Sinai. Why is this mitzvah of the sabbatical year reinstated? We need to understand the history of the land of Israel. Ancient Israel was an agricultural society. In other words, the survival of the nation totally depended on the produce of the land. This mitzvah meant that the harvest of the sixth year had to last 3 years, the sixth year, the seventh year, and the eighth year, because no work was done on the seventh year. This mitzvah demanded complete and utter trust in God. It is also a very humbling mitzvah, because we declare to the world that Hashem is in control of the world, and it is only with His permission that we will till the soil and harvest the land. In our day and age, sometimes we feel that we must work harder to make more money because we make the money. But we are reminded in this Parsha, that it is indeed Hashem who provides. From the very genesis of our history, it is the total trust that created our relationship with God. At Sinai we proclaimed, Naaseh v'nishma, we will do and we will obey, without really knowing what will be demanded of us. Our response was completely based on trust. This Parsha also teaches us not to inflict pain on others. This Parsha coincides with the preparations of the holiday of Shavuot, when God gave us the Torah. As we prepare, we are reminded to intensify our faith and place our trust completely on Hashem, and to be sensitive toward our fellow man. And I quote, it says in Leviticus, each of you shall not aggrieve his fellow. In our society today, it is the norm to tell it how it is, regardless of how much pain is inflicted on the other person. Unfortunately, name-calling and hurtful words start at a young age. This becomes a ripple effect and can continue to destroy relationships and marriages. The hurt that a person inflicts on others is the root of broken homes and angry, bitter personal lives. The Parsha reminds us that a basic, harmonious society and family life is embracing communication with kindness, respect, and love. The Parsha also reminds us not to overburden others. And I quote, it says, for the children of Israel are servants to me. It teaches us that we must be careful not to overburden others to the point where that person can no longer serve Hashem or fulfill their mission in this world. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, of blessed memory, taught us that we must be cautious not to impose tasks on others that would prevent him from living a life of mitzvot. We must also apply these ideas to our own lives. All too often, we get sidetracked and forget our priorities, our obligations to our family, our obligations to our people, and our obligations to God Himself. Rabbi Hanan Gordon advised to schedule your priorities versus prioritize your schedule. In other words, make sure you schedule your priorities first, what's important in life, and then whatever else fits in, whatever else you're able to do, they're all extras in life. Don't prioritize your schedule. In other words, many times we make lists upon lists of things that we think we need to do, things that we hope to do, things to check off on the checklist to feel that we are accomplished. However, we are reminded that to schedule my priorities is much more important than prioritizing my schedule. He also presented a way for us to remember our priorities. Picture a cup, some rocks, and sand. If you try to put the sand in first and then the rocks, the cup will not be full. However, if you first put the rocks, your priorities in life, and then the sand, all the extras in life, the cup will be full and complete. May we trust in Hashem completely and internalize our responsibility to relate to others in order to serve Hashem himself. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming. Thank you for listening.